Greetings and salutations, YouTubers. With October only 2 days away, I wanted to make a video that I meant to make 11 months ago, a video on Inktober and Drawlloween. In case you've never heard of Inktober or Drawlloween, they're two art challenges that take place in October. With Inktober, you're supposed to make a full drawing each day using only ink so you can't erase. There's also a prompt list, each of which is a single word in case you can't think of anything to draw, but you don't have to stick to it. Drawlloween is another drawing challenge, but with this one you're supposed to draw what the prompt says in any format. The prompts are all puns on phrases and horror movies. I'd never heard of either of these challenges before, so I of course jumped into both of them with reckless abandon. I was extremely tired of making them all after 1 week or so, but I pressed on and finished. You can tell that they go down in quality from the first drawings, which took hours, to the last drawings, which I mostly did in under 20 minutes. But anyway, let's get started. Inktober and Drawlloween 2017 sketchbook. The first prompt was swift, so I drew a fox, and it took me hours. Those are all my fingerprints. And I didn't even have a fingerprint pad thing, so that was literally just like put ink on my fingers and then press down on the page. So with this whole book, Inktober was on the left and Drawlloween was on the right. So this was Return from the Dead. So it was just a person returning from the dead. And she was like, "What? That kind of looks like my character." Then for Divided, I did the past, present, and future, and revenge, regret, and remorse. And that kind of looked like a heart, so I didn't color it in. Then Summon Day, I did this, and this is all like Latin Google translated. And Mom's like, "No more summoning demons. You live under my roof. You live under my rules. But Mom, no buts." Then it's a monster. Also sad that he can't be summoned. Then this day, I also had a lot of time on my hands. So I did, for Poison, the Mad Hatter, and a bunch of little Alice in Wonderland quotes all around. And he's just drinking some poison, and the March Hare is like, "No!" But these are all different quotes from the book. So I had a lot of time on my hands at the beginning of the month. Then for my favorite resting place, I did on the gravestones some characters that die in their books and some characters that don't die in their books. And you'll never know. For Tombsday, my favorite resting place. Then underwater, I did the depths of my anxiety. And I basically just Googled drowning people, and they all had long black hair. So I did them for different days. Then Pumpkin Wicked This Way Comes, I had way too much time on my hands, as you can see from all the textures and all the Toy Story wallpaper and everything. Had to Google Rocking Horse for that. And yeah, I really liked how he ended up with his interesting pose. Then for Long and Full Moon Follies, I did a drawing that went together. And then the next day was Sword, and I just drawn a huge sword, so I did The Littlest Ninja. And Folklore Friday, I did the Hide Behind from Gravity Falls, which you can see for once. Then Shy, I did Forever Alone in a Crowd of Friends. And that kind of looks like the animator Ginger Pale, but this was before I knew who he was, somehow. So that's not Ginger Pale. And that was Cobweb Crawlers. And it was a guy stuck in a web and a spider with commitment, responsibility, and no prospects. And I drew these at a marching band thing. So we'd already performed. I did color guard last year. And I did these in the bleachers while watching other marching bands march. And then Crooked, I did a criminal with crooked teeth. And then Deep Sea Denizens, which means like citizens. So I don't know why they didn't say citizens, because I don't know that word. But it's just a big number, like 50 billion and 87 miles below. And it's a little squid guy. Then Screech, I did an owl. I can't draw owls without reference, and I didn't have reference. And Fanged Friends. It's a cute little vampire with like kind of swords cape. I liked how this one turned out. And then October 10th, the book that I've been looking forward to, Turtles All the Way Down by John Green, just came out, and I didn't get my copy yet, so I was just drawing like, even giants can't get enough of Turtles All the Way Down. And then even Martians can't wait for Turtles All the Way Down. Hooray, it's finally here. Nice little Mars. It's a really good book. It's by John Green. If you want to read it, it's quite good. Then it was Run, me running to the bookstore. Even though I didn't get it at a bookstore, I went to their tour that they did. Drove 7 hours. Well, my mom did. Thank you, Mom. Then Swamp Citizens. Did some little swamp people, because that's what swampy trees look like. And then Shattered, I did a broken heart. And Real Monsters, I did an old-fashioned movie reel with a bunch of monsters on it. I liked that one. Teeming, did a tiny little thing because I had no time. A basket teeming with apples. And then Friday the 13th, I did a little bunny with a knife, and then dead bodies all around the outside of the page. And they're all dead. Then Fierce, I did a cat octopus with a gun hat that says #1 murderer and a knife. Fierce face. Fierce. And then Owl Be Back. Dad, that's a horrible pun. Once again, owls that I can't draw. I don't know what those feet were. I don't know what I was going for. And then Mysterious. That's kind of what our color guard costumes looked like. We had black capes and white dresses with like little pants things. So I did that. And then Cornfield Capers. This one was really bad. But what ate all the corn? The kernel trail ends here. But even though I put all these on my Twitter, this was the only one retweeted by Drawlloween. Even though it's so bad. And it's only like TE because I messed up right there. And I normally don't draw in ink, so I don't know what to do. Then Fat, I did a fat little baby eating chocolate. And then Carnival Carnage, I did Inside the Grand House of Mirrors. And it's a guy, that's him looking at himself, and it's that, and that's just a silhouette. And then Graceful, I did a little dancer. This was on the way back from that 7-hour drive, and I had school the next morning, so I did these in the car. That's why my circle looks more like a pointy egg. And this was the day, actually this was the day before, I think. I don't know. But that's Turtles All the Way Down. Who cares about toads? It's Turtles All the Way Down, since it was Toads Day. That's also kind of what our color guard things looked like. And then Filthy, it was a decrepit teddy bear, very tiny, and Crypt Crawlers, again, very tiny, finger for reference. Little, what I imagine would be crawling around a crypt. Then Cloud, just a little cloud, because I was just so tired of this. But then I did this whole detailed thing for some reason for Nightmare Nomads. So it's the orphanage at night. So these guys are the little nomads. My camera's really bad. And they already went through these nightmares. Then he's like, okay, we're done here. Let's go to the next one. So they're gonna destroy their dreams too. I don't know why this won't autofocus. And then Deep, drew a person deep into a book, as that's how I was. I was reading that book right then, because I finally had Turtles All the Way Down. Then Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Friday. I did Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Friday. Cool shades. And then Furious, a cat with a bowl full of cat food, saying, "Where's the rest of it?" It's quite upset. Then Cadaverous Cowboys. It's a zombie cowboy. Quite normal. Again, can't draw circles. And then Trail. I was super into Hamilton at that point in time. I still kind of am. So it was a Revolutionary War person and trying to choose which way to go. That way's Hogwarts, Amsterdam, Narnia, Indianapolis, VFD, Delaware, Muni, Portland, Gravity Falls, New York, Green Resident. So half of these are just John Green references, and the other half are just nerd things. And he can't decide. And then Gassed Christmas was like Last Christmas. So it's just like a tree thing. And then on the next page, there's kind of a spoiler for Turtles All the Way Down. So skip 20 seconds ahead if you don't want to see that. But so this one was juicy. So I did a juice. The next one, spoilers for Turtles All the Way Down, kind of. So this is a sewer, and like it's really just the book. So it's Asa and Daisy, and they just discovered the body. And it's a really good book. Read it. This kind of spoils it, but it's still worth it. I really liked how they turned out. Like just doing their silhouettes, but doing parts of them in color. And then Blind, Within the Windy City, which I only wrote because this happened. It's just a blind person listening to music. Then Hex. This was again kind of like our color guard costumes. So she either had been hexed, opposite of helped, and she was just being hexed to either like have worms come in or her teeth come out. I don't know. It was up to interpretation. Then Ship, I did the Sadie and Lars ship from Steven Universe with no reference, of course. This was long before I'd practiced enough to make my shoes, and then Steven's up there just being like, I ship it, because of course he does. And then Do As I Say, Not As I Voodoo. That's really what our color guard things looked like. It was like translucent white dress with little pants underneath it. But this, of course, was all black. But you could kind of see the person's body in there in my drawing. But it's called Do As I Say, Not As I Voodoo. She's just, doing that. Then Squeak, I did the Pixar ball. And then I know a sarcophagi. Did a sarcophagus with the person in there, if you look. And then Climb, I did a baby at the top of a ladder. And a person having to get up there even though they're afraid of heights. That's basically me. And then Franken Friday, I did Frankenstein's monster with a bunny on his head for no reason. And then Fall, I did a leaf. And then Ghouls Rush In, I did the Google Doodle, which was like the ghost. I'm pretty sure that one was the ghost. It was supposed to be maybe that one. But so these were all ferocious ghosts except that guy. He was a nice guy. So, and then United, it's Earth, and it's saying United Never. And then Sunday, Bloody Sunday, did Not Again. And that's also color guard. I was really busy with that month. And then Found, I did, it's another musical, Dear Evan Hansen, and there's this whole thing where it's like, you will be found, and it's a TV news thing which happened in the musical. Then Cauldron Crones, it's Cauldron Crones, something smells good. I bet it does. I bet it does smell good. And it's like her dad. You can even see his phone in there. Also like a full pumpkin. So either way it wouldn't be good. Then last day, it was Halloween. Did Mask. So good, evil. And then Trick or Treat. I want more candy. Because there's like 5 pieces of candy in there. But anyway, I will be continuing this sketchbook, which I didn't even get half done with this year. And instead of following the prompts, I will be doing some of my favorite YouTube animators and some concept art for something I thought of. I might try to do a third that is the Inktober prompts, but I don't know if I have time to do 3 drawings a day because I really don't have time, but I might do it anyway. I don't know. But I challenge you to do Inktober this month. Maybe Drawlloween if you're up for it. So remember, if I can draw, so can you. And look, it's my art on my wall. And the map, because I'm a nerd. Room tour. But remember, if I can draw, so can you. And I can't really draw, so go for it. And do Inktober and Drawlloween and tweet them at me. And I will make a video in a month of what I made. Okay, bye.